What's up, everybody? Mr. Smith here, and we're back for some more BLR and it is M4X Day. Happy Wednesday. When you called the one on Monday, you realized I wasn't doing them both in one video like I'd previously planned because it was going to take a while. It'd be like a 30 or 40 minute video, and there's no way I can upload that shit regularly. It takes too long. My internet is too slow. Anyway, M4X. Here's the one I usually use. Its max damage is 50. It's kind of like if the AR and the SMG had a baby, this would be it. It's kind of a hybrid between the two, which is the M4 carbine is an assault rifle, but it's short and light like a submachine gun, and that's kind of what they were building it for, is to try to be a hybrid between the two in the first place. If you know anything about real guns, that is. So let's jump into the parts. As you can tell, it's kind of like my standard gun build here for this one anyway. Let's hide the chat. I was talking in there a second ago while I was getting ready to start. So parts: muzzle. Can you guess it? Aircom copperhead silencer. Yeah, kind of apparent at this point what I like in this game. The barrel, because 50 damage still. Why would I use that? And this is one of my other favorite barrels. 49 damage. There's no point. We'll get into that in the other build. So the Aircom Elite, which is kind of apparent, and the magazine. And if you didn't see the other video or the update video, whenever I got on for the update, and this is all recorded, there was some kind of bug or something that allowed me to buy all the magazines for 100 GP permanently, even the elemental ones. So yeah, I went ahead and bought them all. Bought them all. I tell you what, boy, that redneck's coming through. I did it again. Fuck. Even the elemental ones here are permanent. I don't know if it says it anywhere, but I can show you up here. Inventory. Look at all those 2000 GP tokens. Inactive. Weapon components. All these are tactical SMG. Oh wow, maybe all these are active. Oh, they're not showing up. Great. If I do this, yeah, I don't know why they're not showing up, but trust me, they're perm. They were all perm when I got them. So yeah, I use in search and destroy and stuff, I use explosive ammo because it prevents them from being revived, which is why I think the reason why they let revives even be used in there. But for all intents and purposes, I'm a fucking extended mag guy, because this thing with this 750 fire rate, like the fucking SMG, that's what I was trying to go with. That it eats through the ammo so fast that it's just stupid. And the range is pretty shitty on this gun too, 2777, but that's neither here nor there. It's like a hybrid between the SMG and the AR. So scope, EX9 hollow, who would have guessed? Stock is the very last stock, because it lowers the recoil the most. And here's where things kind of change up. It's an it's an AM4470X thing. M4X receiver, AK parts. Muzzle, the Crane SPR1. And with this barrel, there's no barrel below level 20 that lets you max out the damage on it. So here's what you do. You go into these nodes. Up here. And can I get into my sockets? I'll just go up here. You go up into these nodes, and you hit up one of these, at least one of these, because it'll bump up your damage the one that you need to make it get to 50. It's kind of easy to craft them. I'm not going to get into it now, but if you want me to, I can. I also have one that these rare ones that normal ammo damage +5% instead of +3, and resistance +5%. I'm not even going to use those until that one runs out, so like 3 more weeks. Anyway, those have been a mainstay for a while for me. Is the normal ammo damage ones. I really don't fuck with any of the elemental ones because I really don't use them all that much. Maybe an explosive one now, since I've been playing search and destroy and like no respawn type games. But anyway, Magazine would be extended mags, of course, because of how fast it runs through ammo. And nodes, since you're using under level 20 build, if you can get like a 3% node, which if you've been buying the shit out of these GP packs like I have, then it'll be no problem for you to have one. If you just be careful and watch what you're doing. It's kind of simple once you get the hang of it. And the stock here is the AK stock, which honestly, to me, if it'll stay in the damage range that you want it, well, not the stock, but this AK barrel and this AK stock are the next best ones that you can possibly fucking use. There's just something about them that I really like. Sweet tea, you gotta love that sweet tea, right? Well, maybe not if you're not from where I am, but hey, sweet tea's awesome. Try it. And then the damage weapon tag for sure here, because if you drop it, you go down. Well, I guess you don't go down to 48, so feel free to use whatever the fuck you want. I thought it would bump you down to 48, but I was wrong. So I probably should have checked that before. So let's see how much the recoil will go down with one of these. Here it is, right here, 3.59, and then this one is what, 3.4. It's not really that much of a difference. I'll just keep it off there and use the damage one for no purpose whatsoever. It's just kind of what I'm used to seeing as a little destructoid guy. But let's hop into the practice thing and see how they are. I gotta make sure I change my loadout. Reminded me, guys. Reminded me to change my loadout. Okay, I remembered. Thanks everyone. And here's the regular one I use. It's usually an AR for a class 2, but for here, but usually for this, I just kind of switch up whatever's there. As you can tell, the recoil, it bounces. Kind of want to burst like that, 2 or 3 shots with this gun. You can hit it range pretty effectively, but the damage drop off is pretty short in SMG. Like the hip fire is really awesome, like an SMG would be. But as you can tell, you can kind of rip through people really quickly with this weapon. And one of these guys are going to shotgun me in the face. But as you can tell, it doesn't take very long at all to run through a clip. Look, even with 60 rounds in it, you can kind of just run through. Well, that's because that fire rate. If I say them nerfing anything, I bet it'll be that. Go ahead and buy ammo since I just ran through it so fast. I'm showing you. And you kind of want to tap fire, like burst fire anyway. Let me get these fuckers out of this corner from where they keep spawning. There we go. Oh, I can run over here. I'm not worried about getting my ass shot off. Get around behind these guys. But as you can tell, the hip fire is pretty awesome. Oh, reload. Hipfire, definitely good on this one. Like I said, SMG assault rifle hybrid, so it's going to have really awesome hipfire because both of those do. This kind of fits a new niche, like the AK-470 does, where it's like in between certain classes. But this thing is definitely strong. The same thing goes with this one as it went with the AK video. If you have the money, then rent it first, see if you like it. I know I'm kind of leaning towards the AK right now in my popularity, but that's because I'm not really much of an SMG guy. But it's effective either way, however you want to use it. It's still effective. Reload animation is nice and pretty. I like nice animations. Look at these hella dead bodies over here. Jesus. Yeah. Fuck, what was I talking about? I forgot. I'm bad. I'm sorry. Essentially, it's strong. I kind of see them both getting a bit of a nerf. I kind of see the AK getting a fire rate nerf. It might maybe more recoil to kind of match. It's more toward the heavy end of the heavy assault rifle than the regular one. And then I see this probably getting a fire rate and a recoil nerf as well. Would you kill me, please? Or not? Where are they going to spawn at? I need them to kill me. We haven't even seen the other one yet. I'm like 30-0. Hey guys, can you hit me up here? Go ahead and switch classes. Hey. Oh, fuck you. Can you do it? Apparently. Thank you. But yeah, so definitely kind of it's definitely, I see it taking over most people's, who gets it, who acquires it anyway, their SMG slot. And here's the weird freak of nature one. It has a little bit better spread, it seems like. I didn't really go over the numbers too well, but it's still strong, even with this. Especially with a damage node that has to get up to 50 again. If they nerf the damage on it, it'll probably still be alright because of how fast it shoots. Unless they nerf them both. Wow! I go 30-0 with the other one, then instantly die with this one. Sounds about right. We'll just go ahead and continue using this one because of how fast I went through, because of how well I did with it the first time. The regular setup first. So kind of tap firing or burst firing at a range is kind of essential, but when you're like this, you kind of just let it all go. The recoil is really good. It's updated enough, but see how it started to get out of control on me there? Kind of want to burst two to four shots, really. It's kind of what you want to fuck. What you kind of want to be trying to hit at. But if they're in hip fire range, you go ahead and let it rip, because the hip fire won't fail you. It's just not going to happen. It's too, like, it's really low. They could honestly probably nerf that as well if they're going to nerf anything. I don't like talking about nerfs though, because that leads to debates about how overpowered certain weapons are, and this, I'd really like to stay away from that. So let's stop talking about it. But for argument's sake, I could see both AK and this getting nerfed. And as far as like my setups have been so far, they've been pretty good about how useful they'll stand up even with some nerfs and shit. Because the bullpup, those classes still exist. I went back over the bullpup since it had the biggest change to it, and made sure. And I use those regular assault rifle a lot, and it's still just as effective too, because they kind of balanced out the nerf on that. But can you see how, like, when I tap, how fast it goes up? I'm gonna buy some ammo actually for this, since we used the other one for so long. Reload. But as you can tell here, like, when this isn't holding the mouse, you can see how kind of diagonal to the right it goes. But you can kind of pull it down and to the left and it stays on. But if you just like do like this, it kind of stays there anyway. I'm not moving the mouse at all. So 2 to 4 shot burst is kind of what you want to be at. I know a lot of people have been like, they got the setting now where you can turn off the recoil like change to where it resets itself. Which, I don't know why you would do that unless you just want that to be the way it is. If you don't, then let it reset itself, because it makes it much easier to aim, in my opinion, unless you're tracking someone. And even then, like, say you're tracking someone. Oh, fucking me. Wrong class. My bad, guys. Unless you're tracking someone across the map, I'll show you. Because the recoil, it's like center speed pretty much. It automatically centers the gun for you is how that works. And if you turn that off, then, and instead of it, like, see how it'll bounce and go back down to, like, do that, and it goes back down to normal? Instead of doing that, it would stay, like, up here. Like, it would stay up here instead of pulling your gun back down. And I don't know why you would do that, honestly. It doesn't really seem to make much sense unless you're kind of, like, doing like that. But even then, like, it's still effective to not do that, and it just doesn't make very ergonomical sense to me to do it, which is a completely different argument for another day, I suppose, but we got into it here. But as you can tell, both the new weapons are really strong. I know this is going to come out on a Monday and a Wednesday, but I'm recording them the same night, just because I'm in like a recording mood. I've been recording a lot this weekend, a lot of Blacklight stuff, so hope you guys are enjoying that, because I know I haven't had much regular gameplay lately, waiting on this patch. But it was definitely worth the wait. I'm enjoying Search and Search and Onslaught. And me and a couple buddies, the one and fuck, I'm getting shot. I'm scratching my head. Me and the one and Tony played some Last Team Standing. That was pretty fun too. I'm not very much on like solo game types, like Last Man Standing, which is like the deathmatch variant. But as far as just, you know, Last Team Standing, which is like just a TDM thing, yeah, they're both like in Surge. They're really fun, especially with this cloak. But like I said in the Monday video, if you want a cloak video, tell me. I'll make one. I don't mind. Whatever you guys want, mostly, is what I'll do. So, yeah. Tap fire, or burst firing. I don't know why I keep calling it tap fire, because tap firing would be more like that, where you shoot like one bullet at a time. Which, you know, if you want to, go for it. But I'm more into like the bursting here, like that. Like that right there. Just kind of, until it starts to get out of control, and then let off the trigger. Because the more lead you can send down range, that's the more damage you can do. And with it being on that, right on that edge of the 50 damage mark, it's going to take, you know, right around that many shots to kill anyway. It's going to be, you know, 5 bullets anyway. Which, anything until it gets to 67 is going to be 5 bullets for the most part. But that extra, like if you have like 51 or like 55, you know, like in 2 bullets, that's an extra 10 damage instead of 100, it'll be 110. So it adds up. And with this being right on the cusp of, you know, the 5-shot kill, yeah, 50, 100, 100, 200, yeah, 5-shot kill range on 250 builds, then why not, right? Why not burst instead of going on about your bad self? But 76 and 6, AK and M4 are both really strong, and Friday we'll be finishing up the primaries with the AMR. New guns, good. For seeing a nerf, on them. Kind of hope not, because they changed them a lot. They changed them a shit ton compared to the pre-mades that they have. The pre-mades were fucking stacked. You can see those in those videos from before. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the M4. I hope you guys enjoyed, and that'll be all from me. Peace out, everybody.